Today's stories include an interesting new Black Myth Wukong preview, Star Wars Outlaws leaks, and Stalker 2's been delayed. We have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Thursday, July 25th, 2024. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing Adeoye Jr. Joining me is Lil Croy Poppy, Tim fucking Geddes.
I feel like I haven't done a show with you in so long. I think we did this week, but it was just...
No, we definitely didn't this week.
Did we not?
I don't think so.
That's wild, man. Well, it's good to be back with you.
We did GAMESCAST this week, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But a Games Daily, there's a different energy with the Tim and Bless Games Daily, so I'm feeling good about it. And there's some stories today that I'm excited to talk to you about.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy to be back. It's been... Man, 30 has been kicking my ass.
Oh, it really has, man.
It started off, even right before I turned 30, right? Like, I started, a procedure to do, a crown on one of my teeth. And, that has been a saga.
The chain reaction. When
I tell you, there's always a chain reaction situation when it comes to my teeth. Mm-hmm. But when I tell you that it went from I'm going in, all right, yeah, let's get a cleaning. Oh, you need a crown. All right, cool, let's do the crown. Oh man, this tooth is really sensitive. Even during this temp crown, I'm like, oh, this sucks. Get the crown in, and I'm like, interesting. Still a lot of sensitivity a week and a half after.
Yeah.
This morning I had a schedule to get a root canal.
No.
Which is fun.
God.
But yeah, of course, I was out for COVID, and then I was out for vacation. During my vacation, my eye was fucking swelling up like a balloon. It's just been nonstop.
You're just here, man.
But hey, I've come to accept that, this is the wave we're riding. This is what 30 is to me.
Yeah, it's all good. You're going to win. You're going to beat it.
One day I'll get to 40, and it'll all be good.
That's it. You got 10 years to go. I feel good about it. I love your shirt.
Thank you.
Infinite Athlete is the coolest words to put together that I've never thought about.
So Infinite Athlete are cool words. This is a Chelsea jersey from Chelsea soccer team. It was sent to me by the one and only Jordan Middler from Video Games Chronicle.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, he was good. He meant to bring it down for Summer Game Fest because he knows I'm somebody who likes soccer, right? And back in the day, I used to watch soccer back when I was in middle school. My favorite club to watch was Chelsea. And so I really wanted a Chelsea jersey. Jordan Middler wasn't able to get it in time for SGF, but awesome. He did mail it down. I finally got it yesterday, so I'm finally able to wear it.
Shout out to Jordan Middler. I had a fantastic time hanging out with him a couple weeks ago, back when we got to play Star Wars Outlaws. So yeah, it was. He's just a great dude.
He's a great dude. Great dude. And he writes a lot of great stories. Mm-hmm. A lot of great.
I'm sure we're going to read one from him today because we always do.
One or maybe 4 or maybe 5.
Shout out
maybe
our
all
guy.
of our stories. But we'll get there right now because of course this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kinda Funny membership on Patreon or on YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. Housekeeping for you. We're an 11-person business all about live talk shows. So today, after Kinda Funny Games Daily, you're going to get GAMESCAST, which is us talking about what we've been playing. And then after that, the stream is going to be Earth Defense Force 6 with Mike and Andy. And I believe that might parlay into some Marvel Rivals that I'll jump into as well.
I think that at GAMESCAST, they're going to be talking about some Marvel Rivals. The boys were streaming it last night, and I was popping in, checking it out. I'm like, man, this game.
There's a lot to talk about because I was part of that stream.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we'll talk all about that. I might talk about a little bit about some 2X. KO. 2KXO? No, 2X
Wait, have you played it?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. I played a lot of games at EVO. I'm going to give a breakdown on all the things I played at EVO.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have things to say about
real
it.
quick, one word.
Fantastic.
Oh, let's go.
Electrifying even. That might be the word.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
You'll hear more from me later. Of course, if you're a Kinda Funny member, you can get today's Gregway. Also, if you're heading to San Diego Comic-Con, you can come see Nick. He'll be moderating the Behind the Scenes with Mondo panel in room 6DE, Thursday, July 25th at 4:30 p.m. If you couldn't get a badge, no problem. He'll also be hosting a comedy show at the American Comedy Co. Thursday night at 8 p.m. with Mark Ellis and Friends. You can grab your tickets for the show at kindafunny.com/SDCC. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs and Delaney Twining. Today we're brought to you by our Portillo merch, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 6 stories today.
A baker's dozen!
Starting with our number 1, Black Myth Wukong, the summer's most exciting and most controversial video game, according to Tom Regan at The Guardian. So Tom Regan had a big preview pop up, And in searching what we wanted to talk about today, right? What I wanted us to talk about today. This was, I think, the thing that stuck out to me the most of like this story around Black Myth Wukong. And so story number 1, I'm basically going to read their full preview, which is pretty long, but I think it's pretty interesting. As I'm reading it, I want to throw out a question to the super chats if you want to write in with your responses of what is your hype level check for Black Myth Wukong? All right, let me know how hype you are for it. If you want to give a scale on 1 to 10 on the Kind of Funny scale, let me know, and then also let me know why, right? Where are you at and why? As you're doing that, let me jump into the article. When Chinese developer Game Science revealed its debut console game Black Myth Wukong last year, it immediately caused a stir. Inspired by the great 16th century Chinese novel, Journey to the West, the action-packed footage featured the titular mythological monkey son Wukong battling Buddhist folklore demons and sword-wielding anthropomorphic foxes in lusciously rendered forests. Smartphone games are inordinately popular in China, but console game developers are still few and far between, and the excitement for Wukong in Game Science's homeland reached fever pitch. Within 24 hours, the trailer racked up 2 million views on YouTube and more than 10 million on Chinese video sharing site Bilibili, much to its creators' shock and delight. One excited fan even broke into the developer's office, desperate for more info on the game.
Wow.
After playing Wukong for an hour and a half in a London hotel suite, watched nervously by several Game Science employees, I can confirm that, somewhat miraculously, this stunning Chinese mythological twist on Dark Souls delivers on that showy trailer, marrying fluid fleeing combat with reflex testing difficulty and the expensive filmic sheen of something like God of War. As I sprint through Wukong's dense jungle, ducking and dodging through its deadly array of flora and fauna, I come face to face with everything from gi-wearing toads to nightmarish gigantic-headed infants. Unlike many of its brutally challenging From Software-inspired peers, the difficulty in Wukong feels expertly judged. My simian avatar met a grisly end more times than I'd care to admit, but I persevered. Eventually, I defeated enough foes to unlock new abilities. Soon, I can perch atop my staff mid-attack, giving me an edge against its murderous mythological monsters. I can buzz around the forest as a stealthy cicada, summon flames with my glaive, and eventually topple a snarling, lorry-sized werewolf atop a crumbling temple.
This dude be writing.
This dude is like writing like it's creative writing class.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. I love these kind of articles. Also, Kevin has up the cinematic trailer. Kevin, if you're able to find even like a gameplay trailer for this, so people can see in case they haven't seen Black Myth Wukong, because it's even stunning when you just watch the gameplay of it. Back to the article. Quote, "We are under great pressure," reflects one of Game Science's co-founders, who was introduced only as Ted. Game Science would not give his full name via a translator. Quote, "This is the first time that we have worked on a PC and console game, and we are also a new studio, so we would really like to think how tolerant the players and the market is towards us. Their excitement encourages us. However, the thinking of Chinese people tends to be that we look at the risks, and therefore, when we are faced with such great encouragement, the best thing we can do is to try our best to satisfy the expectations of the players and to communicate with the players in a very honest way," end quote. When Chinese developer Game Science revealed its debut console game, Black Myth Wukong, last year, it immediately caused stir. Inspired by the great 16th century Chinese novel, Journey to the West, the action-packed footage featured the... Actually, did I already read this part? Am I rereading the thing?
No.
No, okay. The action-packed footage featured the titular mythological monkey son Wukong battling Buddhist folk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. See, this is why the article's so long. It's because I copy and pasted multiple times.
Got it. There we go.
Okay, here's the part where it gets new, right? This is after and to communicate with players in a very honest way, end quote.
There we go. Oof. Here we go. Strap in, everyone.
Strap in. I am unfortunately met with very little honest communication when I bring up a report from IGN, which related alleged sexist comments from multiple developers at Game Science, as well as those in leadership roles. I present Ted with the opportunity to address the claims of misogynistic posts and whether he feels they represent Game Science's values. Instead, I am shut down with a hasty no comment from the UK PR representative, and then, after a long wait, given a longer statement of no comment via Ted's translator. I am then told that Game Science's US PR agency will follow up later with a prepared statement only to be sent the following, quote, "Game Science is focused on the demo at this time and will only answer questions related to gameplay," end quote. The same thing happened to an IGN reporter at a demo in LA last month. It is disappointing that Game Science is opting to invite journalists to speak to them and play the game, but refusing to answer their questions. Perhaps there is no reassurance to offer. A generous reading of the situation would be that this inexperienced studio is petrified of saying the wrong thing. Yet, in failing to say anything at all, Game Science is also failing to distance itself and its game from the multiple crude, disparaging, and misogynistic comments attributed to its employees and leadership. Journey to the West, of course, is no stranger to the world of video games, from Ninja Theory's 2010 Alex Garland penned and Andy Serkis starring Xbox 360 adaptation Enslaved: Odyssey to the West, to the late Akira Toriyama's world-conquering Dragon Ball. Its world of myth and monkey lends itself perfectly to gaming. Black Myth Wukong's stunning visuals, cinematic beauty, and refreshing sense of speed could well make it the best playable adaptation to the fable to date. But the unreserved excitement I would otherwise feel about it is being trampled by the elephant in the room.
Yikes.
Yeah.
This is not good. And it is so unfortunate that for a game that looks that great, there's this much toxicity around it. And I mean, this is bad. I mean, let's just call it straight what it is, separating this all even from the video game period. It's like, this has been a story that we've been covering for a while now. Mm-hmm. And it was Rebecca Valentine, right?
Yep.
That first broke the news of all this stuff. Like, in the state of the industry now, where we are constantly talking about these toxic workplaces and having to call out the abuse or mistreatment or just bad situations left and right, and seeing how they react and change things or don't, and then we can look at that and make decisions based on that. For them to just straight up be like, we're just not going to deal with it.
Yeah, we're not talking about it.
It's a bad look. And again, for it to be their first big game like this and to invite journalists and know and understand they are journalists that are, and with the context of everything that's happened already, it's like, this is the worst look.
Yeah, it sucks too because it's a game that I think looks fantastic, and I like the way the article paints the picture of the trailer coming out, it getting the millions of views, right? Like, I remember the day that it went viral on Twitter and seeing it pop up and being like, this looks like nothing I've ever seen before. Like, this action game looks like a next gen thing. I forget. I guess this was only revealed recently. It feels like something that was like pre PS5 revealed, unless I'm thinking of like an even earlier trailer. But like, as we've gotten closer to it, it's been kind of crazy to think that, oh yeah, this is a real game that's about to come out, because when we first saw this, it did not look or feel like a real game.
Fake. It looked like, I mean, even looking at this now, like this being gameplay, like this reminds me of that Unreal 5 demo that we saw of the woman going through the caverns and caves, and like how just unrealistic it looked, because our minds couldn't even comprehend a video game actually looking like it runs that way. And here we are looking at this, and I'm like, dang, this is beautiful, and it looks so fluid, and like more importantly, it looks fun.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks exactly like the kind of games that we like to play and the kind of games that we want to see more of. And you know, it brings me back to seeing a game like Stellar Blade, right? And how that came through, new IP, new studio. Oh man, is this gonna hit? Play it, and the game is really fun, right? Like, this looks like that, if not like with even more potential to, I think, blow up and break out and have it be a thing that could be in our top 10 conversations of the year. Like, I'm hoping it's one of those. So yeah, to have it be a new game with a lot of potential from a new studio, and the new studio struggle to figure out how to navigate this specific thing, because it is a bizarre circumstance of like leadership and people on the team being on message boards, saying toxic shit, saying sexist shit, right? And like having that reverberate back to how the world looks at the studio now, right? Like, you are making a thing that is not, it's not a small game. It's not a, you know, small independent thing that people aren't paying attention to. You're making something that's about to come out on the world stage. You're making it something that's going to be a console and PC thing that looks AAA, again, that we're comparing to something like God of War. And now you have more of a magnifying glass on you. And this would be the perfect time to go, hey, we saw the post. Hey, we've read the articles. We acknowledge that we've had wrongdoings. We acknowledge that, like, hey, you know, we were our leaders or whoever it was, right, was saying those bad things on the message boards. And yeah, we apologize for those things. Those don't reflect our values. I wonder why this is a no comment as opposed to that slam dunk of a, hey, no, acknowledge your wrongdoings and be like, yo, we've learned from this, so that you can have people come into this game without that, like, weighing on their conscience, right?
It's obviously very, very complicated to bring culture into this,
of
but
course.
Clearly this is a different culture. This is a giant game for everything you just read in the article. It's like, this is one of the early mega big Chinese games that are going to be released worldwide. And to see the quote here from Ted talking about we're under great pressure, and the transparency and willingness to communicate about the process of making this game, and how seriously they're taking it, and how they are putting it on themselves to make sure that it's as good as possible. To be this open about talking about that stuff, and then to be like, well, no comment about
those things. Yeah.
It's like that, to me, I think is really where this starts to fall apart and become a major issue. Because if they just weren't saying anything, at least there'd be all right, cool, that's their choice, that's what they're doing. This really feels like they're clearly able to communicate and to speak about their values, and to speak about how they see their team, and how they want to treat each other and themselves. So to say this and then no comment that, it is worrying, because then it's like everything you said of like, put out the statement of like, these aren't our values, whatever. What if they are?
Yeah.
And I think that that's the worst part, is that by saying no comment to that and speaking this much otherwise, it doesn't instill confidence that they think that something wrong happened.
Yeah, I want to because I want to bring in the context to like what was actually said, what was happening, right? Sadly, I was running out of time this morning to put together the show, and so like I wanted to put it into the KFGD before, but as we've been talking, I've been digging up the IGN article. It's also a long article, so I have to like dig in there to get into the meat of it. I'm gonna jump into the middle of the IGN Rebecca Valentine article. That was the report about the Black Myth Wukong studio, and the article here, it comes with a content warning, right? So it is the content warning that this article contains a number of quotes from Game Science that contain graphic sexual content and remarks. And so with that being said, I'm going to jump into it in the middle. Founded in 2014, Game Science is a studio formed initially by 7 ex-Tencent Games employees. During their time in Tencent, they worked on free-to-play MMO called Asura Online. Black Myth Wukong can be said to be the spiritual successor to this MMO, with both games being based on Journey to the West. Asura Online also featured mythological figures from the novel, such as Sun Wukong, the Bull Demon King, and Erlong Shen, alongside a dark retelling of the novel filled with several cinematic sequences. But to many fans, these were derailed by Tencent's push for microtransactions, and it goes on a bit about that. It then talks about Fang, who was mentioned earlier in the article. Fang, in particular, has an outsized presence within the games industry, with a penchant for sharing introspective insights on game development, peppered with crude metaphors and boorish innuendos. I believe Fang is somebody who works at the studio. In 2007, he penned a lengthy article titled "Who Has Murdered Our Game?", where he delved into the difficulties of game development in China. Fang compared failed projects to stillborn babies, given that many games had to cease development despite being worked on for a year or so. He then brought up this analogy, quote, "Is it because the sperm isn't viral enough? Is the pregnancy too short? Is the baby lacking nutrition? Are the doctors in charge of the cesarean sections lowly skilled?" I'm sure I mispronounced that, but bear with me. Why can't we produce a healthy child, being like the metaphor he's making for the product? Then there's the Weibo post that garnered significant backlash. Soon after the pre-alpha video for Black Myth Wukong was released in August 2020, Fang penned his thoughts about the video game going viral on Weibo. The post was largely about his self-criticism over the video's lackluster production quality, with Fang stating that, quote, "The 13-minute B1 looks like a carelessly pieced together in that the frame rates of 100,000 Heavenly Soldiers have dropped so hard that they have caused PTSD, but this is accompanied by several innuendo-laden lines. In the first line, Fang wrote, 'I want to expand my circle and hire more people, get licked until I can't get an erection.' Several lines down, he also added, 'I know you just happen to be a little depressed. It is my honor to provide you with some comfort in the lower half of your body.' He later doubled down with a separate comment saying that, quote, 'I got wet after watching a couple times. The pressure in my crotch is immense,' end quote." The article goes on for quite a bit with examples too, like this. I'm trying to look through to see if there's any more that are really notable that I should throw out here. It's a lot of similar stuff of like just a lot of crude shit, right? Which honestly should be very easy to go, "Oh, that was who I was before. I'm sorry," or like just fucking apologize and be like, "Hey, we've learned. We're not talking like that anymore. We're not doing like that anymore. We've grown up." Right? There are so many ways to not go, "No comment. We're not acknowledging that stuff." Like, it's a very bad look. Again, for a developer who is new, and I'm sure is like maybe trying to figure it out, maybe being like culturally, oh yeah, the right way to deal with this is to not say anything. But when you're dealing with this on a global scale, right, a game that is coming out on a global scale, I think you have to address it because people are going to feel a way about it.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. You nailed it.
Let's move on. The story. Actually, I want to bring in some super chats. I forgot to ask for super chats. Hold on, let me bring these up. Looking into the super chat. Actually, no, we don't have any. We just have one about somebody writing in. CJ Splitson writes in and says, "New Concord anime looks dope." To which I assume you mean the controller, because I don't think there's a Concord anime announced.
The chat was saying something about an anime, so I think there might be.
Is there breaking news about a Concord?
It might just be a short or something. Let me try to look into this.
Yeah, Tim, look into that because I would like to see what's up with the Concord anime. While you do, let's talk about story number 2. Ubisoft battles fresh Star Wars Outlaws gameplay leaks. This is Wesley Yin-Poole at IGN. Ubisoft is battling a fresh Star Wars Outlaws gameplay leak that saw over 13 minutes of footage hit the internet. The lengthy gameplay clip, which appears to reveal the start of Massive Entertainment's upcoming adventure, was uploaded to YouTube before it was taken down by a copyright claim by Ubisoft, cementing its legitimacy. Of course, the internet noticed and has made the gameplay footage available elsewhere, although it's worth pointing out it features heavy spoilers for the setup of Star Wars Outlaws protagonist Kate Vess's adventures. Meanwhile, further footage has found its way to social media, apparently from the same source as the YouTube leak, this time showing Kay playing Sabak, the Star Wars card game, as well as over 2 minutes of space combat. It's a disappointing development for Ubisoft, which has controlled the release of Star Wars Outlaws gameplay ever since it properly revealed the game at the 2023 Xbox Game Showcase. IGN has asked Ubisoft for comment. I left out the details of the story stuff that were in the leak, but sucks. Obviously,
yeah,
hate to see it, especially when it is you're this close to the game and stuff in the game that you don't want to be out is getting out there.
Yeah,
especially story details.
Story details for a story-based game for a big IP that people are going to want to. Bad people are going to want to share and spoil about. Not great stuff, but I'm excited for Outlaws, man. Like we're getting closer and closer. Like I feel like the next big game coming out, and we're a month away. You know,
yeah.
And then right after that, we got
Astrobot, man.
Oh. Really
That's the thing is like things are starting to pick up because even before that, I think Black Myth Wukong is coming out like in weeks. Like I think that's before.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I totally missed that.
I'm pretty sure Black Myth Wukong is before Star Wars Outlaws.
Wow. For some reason, I thought. I mean, we were just talking about how like that. I still don't believe it's a real game.
Yeah,
I still would be like, oh, that's next year, and that's going to get delayed.
I'm gonna look up Blessing Super Fun Game release calendar. It's August 20th.
No way.
So we're knocking on the door of a lot of big games coming out.
That's man. Incredible. What's your hype level at right now for Star Wars Outlaws?
Dude, it's funny because if you would ask me exactly about 4 days ago, I would have been like, oh man, I'm off the chain. Like I'm so excited for Star Wars Outlaws. It looks incredible. It's what I want in a Star Wars game. Like it looks fun. I saw a gameplay video come out on like Twitter from like I think it was from like on the IGN account
first or something.
Yeah. And I watched the gameplay video and I was like, this looks way more jank than I thought it was gonna look. There was something about that gameplay. I don't know if it was the resolution. I don't know if it was like the main character is like sliding and getting to action. The slide looks slow as hell. There's something about that gameplay video where I was like, this does not look fun.
You know, like this is like such a nothing statement to make. But I saw the tweet that you're talking about, but I didn't actually see the video. I just saw the responses, and they're saying similar things to you. So I should.
But it's weird because it never looked like that. I'm gonna see if I can find the video. But what about you? Where are your hype levels at?
I'm hyped. I can't talk too much about it yet because of embargo stuff. But I'm very excited. I love Star Wars, so I'm hopeful. You know what I mean? At the very least. Like that's fair to say that.
Yeah. Where are you at with like this fall of games, like and how Star Wars and like you mentioned Astrobot as well.
That's the thing. I feel very excited personally because I am getting a game of my dreams in the form of a fully featured Astrobot.
Yeah.
Like I don't need a million games a year. You know what I mean? I want. It's already been such a great year for me personally with video games that I am incredibly stoked about what we have coming up because I'm getting a Star Wars game, I'm getting an Astro game. Like that's enough for me. And if there's other little surprises along the way, playing Devolver Digital's Neva, the demo, I absolutely adored it, and they're still saying that's 2024. Plucky Squire as well. Like, I feel like to me that's a good balance of like some of the bigger games and then some smaller titles that I'm really like excited about. So yeah, I'm feeling good. What about you?
I mean, I'm excited for this fall of games. I think it's weird how not even weird. I'm excited for the fact that we're getting a lot of new stuff, right? Like Astrobot. I know Astrobot isn't like a new IP, but you're getting the first console full-fledged Astrobot game. And that's very exciting, right? You have Star Wars Outlaws, which is coming out as like the beginning of like maybe a new franchise it could be for Star Wars, right? You have that. You have Indiana Jones. You have like, just a bunch of stuff that aren't the sequelized. Like it's not, and I know like a God of War Ragnarok in terms of excitement would probably outshine all of these things. But I do like that there's not really a God of War Ragnarok or a Spider-Man 2 or like a sequel to a thing that's a known quantity. I like that everything is like oh man, I could play this and maybe not be into this, or I could play this and absolutely fall in love with something brand new. And for me, that's almost more exciting than playing a thing that I know that I'm already going to be sold on. And so, yeah, like I'm feeling pretty good about this fall. And also, yeah, I think when you talk about this year as a whole, the first 4 months of this year has been incredible. We
have a new Zelda.
I keep forgetting about Zelda.
We have a new fucking Zelda coming, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I think this fall is like pretty good in terms of falls, in terms of video game falls. Like if I'm putting like a number to my hype level, I'm saying like an 8 out of 10 is where I'm at.
Yeah, that sounds about right for me as well.
Kevin, I put in assets, the link to the IGN gameplay for Star Wars Outlaws on Twitter, if you're able to bring it up. And also, as you're doing that, I'm clicking this link to see what's up with this Concord thing.
Yeah, I put a link in there too at the end of story number 2 for the Concord stuff.
Sick. So yeah, right here, Kevin's pulled up the Star Wars Outlaws gameplay.
Oh yeah, that slide was
like off. Oh, we're restarting it from the top. I also think that maybe they uploaded this in a bad resolution because it almost looks foggy.
Yeah.
Like, what was that slide?
Slide aside, I feel like that could just be an unfortunately captured moment, you know? But yeah, there is
but even overall, there's something about this that feels dead.
It feels last gen.
Yeah. Like the vibe isn't popping off here. It feels almost like static.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also looks really cool, and like this is actually making me excited because this is like leaked, unfinished stuff that like was never meant to be seen by our eyes.
No, this isn't leaked.
No.
This is from IGN.
This is IGN.
This is official.
Oh. Oh.
But yeah. All right, you can pull this down. If you want to bring up the Concord thing. So yeah, Tim, you linked the Concord PlayStation blog post. Meet the Concord crew with new animated shorts and gameplay trailers. This is written by Bethany Holst from Firewalk. Should we just get into the video? I want to see what's up with these videos.
Let's see what's going on here.
If you scroll down, you got that video there.
Free Gunner Adventures.
It won't let me full screen.
That's cool.
It's all good.
Heyday! I told you we'd get it.
Well, not without hitting a snag.
2 of them, actually. Just like we planned it.
And I told him, nice sandwich.
Really? Oh, wish I'd seen his
I don't know.
Hey, all this chatter is how missions fail and people
get hurt.
Real funny.
You've done this before.
Never. No. I learned a lot from my parents. Yes! Mission accomplished!
Enemy contact! Protect the goods! Throwing the smoke!
All right, let's do this.
I will say I like the art style of this animation.
Molly, take him out!
Found my rhythm.
Enemy down!
I'm still not invested in like the story and the characters.
Watch out!
Yeah.
Like there's something about the world that I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
No, look out!
Yeah, I don't want to be a hater. We can stop watching.
Yeah, we can cut this.
Not my favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I like playing the game.
Yeah.
I like the gameplay a lot of Concord, but I think it just has it has a personality problem, right? It's not hitting in terms of connecting in terms of personality and vibe. You know what I mean? Me and Greg talked about this yesterday as far as character design, and I think one of when I compare it directly to Marvel Rivals, which I was playing a lot last night with Mike and Andy, and we're gonna talk about more on Gamescast after this. I personally, I have more fun playing Concord, the video game, but Marvel Rivals just has a swag to it and has at all times I am just admiring the art style. I am admiring how these characters look, the hair, the environments, the voice lines. There's a vibe around all of the visual, audio, just the design of it that works for me, that makes me want to be in that world more than the Concord world. Even though the Concord gameplay, I love that gameplay. I want this thing to work. I want this game to be successful so I can keep playing that game. There's something that just isn't hitting just on an aesthetic level.
It's rough.
Let's move on to story number 3. But before we do, let me tell you about patreon.com/kindafunny and youtube.com/kindafunnygames, where you can go and get the Kinda Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. And speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
New merch alert! We brought back the Portillo hat and t-shirt in new colors, as well as a stylish crew neck. I also wrote a children's book about Portillo, and you loved it so much that we sold out in just 3 hours. Wow, thank you! But fear not, we're doing another limited run. So if you want one, head over to kindafunny.com/store, click the books page, and hit notify me when available to make sure you know when it goes live. And while you're there, grab a few shirts for your friends.
And we're back with story number 3. Stalker 2 has been delayed to November. This is Jordan Middler at Video Games Chronicle. Stalker 2 has been delayed again. In a new video titled, Really? Again? Developer GSC Game World announced that the game will now launch on November 20th instead of September 5th as previously planned. Quote, "We know you might be tired of waiting, and we truly appreciate your patience," it said. "These 2 additional months will give us the chance to fix more unexpected anomalies, or simply bugs as you call them. Stalker 2 is shaping up to be everything we envisioned, with the launch nearly here, and we are incredibly excited to share more with you," it added. To give you a taste of what's coming, we're thrilled to announce the Stalker 2 developer deep dive video, which will be released on Xbox media channels on August 12th. This detailed update will include exclusive interviews, lots of new footage, and a full video walkthrough of one of the game's quests. We can't wait for you to see it and get a comprehensive understanding of how the game looks and plays. And speaking about the fall hype, did Stalker 2, is that doing anything for you?
No, not for me, but I am excited for the people because I know there's a lot of Stalker fans out there, and it's obviously the teams went through a lot over there too, so this is more than understandable given any context, but given the context there, I feel like this is extra, all right, take your time, whatever you need to do. It is pretty interesting to me that we don't get delays like this that often anymore, of we have a date, we're moving it to another date that's not that far off, but it's just a little pushed. I feel like we went through such a era in the last couple years of we're just not going to put a date on a thing until it's imminently coming out, and there's exceptions to that, but this game dev's hard, man. I totally get it. I just hope that this all works out for them and that they get to deliver the game that they're hoping to for their fans, because them talking about working on the bugs and stuff, it's let's give them the grace. They deserve it.
I'm in the exact same boat as you, where Stalker 2 isn't necessarily, I'm not in the boat of, I can't wait for Stalker 2, I'm gonna play the fuck out of this game, but I'm also I'm excited for the people that like Stalker and are looking forward to Stalker 2, and I'm gonna give it a chance, right? It's one that I like this genre of game. I think it looks like it could be a cool breakout hit success, right? And I want to be there for it. And so one, looking forward to it in that essence, but then also this is I think the game development is hard, and sometimes shit happens, right? Where they don't call it out specifically, but if you have a bug that pops up last second where it is, shit, this is game breaking, we gotta lock in and fix this, and might take us a couple months. You gotta do what you gotta do. I feel like we heard a lot about that. You're right. I feel like in maybe previous generations that felt like more of a story, and you don't hear that as much anymore, and maybe that is just people keep dates more close to the chest, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and so if you're gonna fix the game, fix it. Story number 4, PlayStation VR's Steam app is officially launching next month. This is Jordan Middler at Video Games Chronicle. A Steam app enabling players to use the PSVR 2 headset to play Steam games is coming in August. According to the Steam page, the app will allow players to play VR games and apps on Steam using your PSVR 2 headset and PSVR 2 Sense controllers. Set up your PSVR 2 on your PC, update the firmware for PlayStation VR 2 headset and PSVR 2 Sense controllers, adjust settings for your PSVR 2 from the Steam VR dashboard, including setting your play area and screen brightness. The PlayStation VR 2 headset PC adapter will be required.
It's just wild. Like a Steam app on PlayStation, like just the times we're in.
PlayStation app on
Obviously,
Steam.
this makes so much sense, you know. And I hope that the people that are interested in this get everything they want out of it. PSVR 2 is a big investment, and I hope that the people that invested are going to find more uses via PC to have fun.
Could this get you in?
Not a chance.
No?
No. Definitely not. I mean, especially when it's taken away a lot of the major features of the PSVR 2, like they aren't available on Steam. And also, like at the end of the day, we don't need to harp on this. There's no joke here or anything. It's just like VR games, I think, are very, very cool as experiences. I dig them a lot. I just don't have a draw to live in VR. And when I say live, I mean like spend hours, like a full game experience. Like it's just not for me at the end of the day. Resident Evil 4 is such a great example of I was blown away by how well it worked, and I couldn't believe it was Resident Evil 4 remake in VR. I played it for about an hour, and I was like, God damn, this is magic. But I don't want to keep playing it this way. You know? Like that's just a personal thing, but I feel like I'm not alone in that. But there's people out there that do. So good for them. I hope it gets more support, but it's a tough thing with a small audience like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, I think this is a good move as far as what to do with PSVR 2. Yeah, make it available on PC, let people connect that, let people play Half-Life Alyx or whatever they want to play, and let people expand their libraries, and also give people the hope of seeing even more software come to a platform that they can play, right? Like, buying PSVR 2 and only being limited to what is available on PlayStation, for me, not even from the outside looking in, I guess, from the inside looking in, I'm like, there's only been one first party game come out for this thing, right? Like it's Horizon, the Horizon Call of the Mountain, and then you have support for things like Gran Turismo and things like that, right? But it doesn't feel like PlayStation themselves are trying to get games onto the platform in droves. It feels like you are kind of waiting, and then it is, oh, okay, cool, I got this one game. All right, let's play that. All right, let's wait a little bit more. Oh, okay, cool, I got another first person, mess around, fuck around kind of game, right? Like it feels like you're either waiting and like it doesn't feel like there's the promise of a promising future for what PSVR 2 support looks like. And so, yeah, like being able to do it on PC, I think it's fantastic. That gives me more of a reason to like not throw away, because I'll never throw away my VR, but like not give away or sell or do whatever with my PSVR 2 headset, right? I'm like, yeah, I could see maybe getting a few more worthwhile things from my library, having that access to what's coming to PC. And so, yeah, I wonder what the future of this is as far as even fan support, right? I'd love to see people like get in there.
Oh yeah.
What can you mod? Make some cool shit for me. Like, jump into like whatever fun fan made stuff people might do. But yeah, and we're not too far away, right? It's coming out next month. Something that I wish was coming out sooner though. We got some Lego Mario and Lego Shadow the Hedgehog news.
Go!
Story number 5. I cut story number 5 into 2 different parts. Let's start off talking about Lego Super Mario World and Yoshi. This set has been debuted at Comic-Con. I'm pulling from Jordan Middler at VGC. A new Lego Super Mario set, this time depicting Mario and Yoshi from Super Mario World, has been shown off at San Diego Comic-Con. The set, images of which are circulating on X before an official reveal later today, was discovered as part of LEGO's booth at San Diego Comic-Con, which takes place this weekend. Rather than a playset, this LEGO set shows a side-on image of the sprite from the game. The legs can move using a crank in the side of the Lego set. This article went up before it was officially revealed. Since it went up, it has been officially revealed. So we do have the official price being, the pre-order price being $130, $129.99. And the site says it'll ship from October 1st, 2024. Only a few months away.
This is a problem, Bless.
Yeah?
It's a big problem for me. because I need to buy this. Like, I have to buy this thing.
It looks so good.
And that's the problem, is it looks so good. You turn the little crank. There's a video, Kev, that you could pull up to that we see this thing in action. And you turn the crank and they walk and they walk and they walk. And then Yoshi does his bottom and his little tongue comes out. And it looks so sprite accurate. It looks so perfectly Super Mario World. And I need it. And my problem is I don't need it. I really don't need it. It's very big. The colors are very garish for any aesthetic that I have going on in any place that I would put it, in my house, at the studio, anywhere. That's a problem for me, Bless, because I'm gonna get it.
What you need is a fun room. You know what I mean?
That's what I need. I need a fun room.
Just one room where it's all right.
Has the theater,
but you know what I mean?
The theater.
But aesthetically, the theater is mature. It's like you fucking got the art looks like art. You know what I mean?
For a long time, Tim.
So I do have a hallway that's leading into the theater that I, at this point, is just like it's like the void in Loki. Like, it's just where everything just fucking, I don't have another place to put. It just goes there. And eventually, I do want to like kind of get it all decked out and have some nice like displays of things. And I have been buying Legos over time, and I'm not building them. I just have a lot of these nicer premium Lego sets, and I do think the ultimate plan is to eventually have a lot of Legos displayed there. This still is such a garish amount of colors together that I don't know.
Look at it.
This is so good. Right now, if you're an audio listener, Kevin has up the video of like the movement that the Lego set does, and it's 2D Super Mario World, Mario riding on Yoshi, and it is doing the motions of like Yoshi going, and then you doing the tongue move.
I mean, I'm buying it, 100%. You know what else I bought?
What's that?
The Legend of Zelda Deku Tree.
Did you really?
I did.
Where'd you put it?
Well, it's a pre-order. It's not here
Oh,
yet.
It's not out yet?
Yeah.
It's going to be a box in the void.
It's going to be a box in the void.
Are you a Lego? Do you build Legos?
Well, I was just saying, I buy a lot of them. I don't build.
You don't build?
Of them,
okay, I got you.
You know,
Ew,
I have my
look at
bonsai tree is in my is in the theater. Shout out to Cobra Kai. But
would you build this?
I feel like I have to. I want to build all these things, but my problem is, even if I built them, I don't have a place to put them.
Yeah.
So I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out my entire life. Bless. This is so hard, but yeah, no, I need this. It is what it is.
Do you need Shadow the Hedgehog?
Luckily, I don't, but I do appreciate it.
Do you? Because let's jump into it again. The second half of this story, a Lego Shadow the Hedgehog bust is coming in October. This is Jordan Middler again at VGC. A Lego Shadow the Hedgehog bust is coming.
So dumb.
It looks so fucking dumb. It's coming in October. The company has announced the new Lego set will retail for $69.99 and release on October 1st.
$69.
Same day as Mario.
Yeah.
This is the latest in the growing line of LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog sets. These sets include several interconnected play sets as well as dioramas aimed at older fans. Quote, adult gaming enthusiasts can share their passion for the ultimate life form with this collectible. This is all verbatim.
I do appreciate that the Sonic Adventure 2 art is on the back of the box there. One of my favorite box arts of all time.
It's a great box art. This collectible Shadow the Hedgehog buildable Lego display gift model reads the set's official description. So again, they made this for the adults in the world, right? They made this for the yous and the me's.
Yeah.
Are yous going to buy this thing?
No, the me's are not buying this one. I have bought a couple Sonic sets, though.
Yeah?
I bought the Green Hill Zone one, and I bought the one of the Tails, the biplane.
Okay.
And yeah, because I want to get the characters. The one set that I need to get that I don't have yet, I think, is the Shadow motorcycle one. Just because I want the minifigs of
the
all
Shadow
the
motorcycle. Kevin, can you look up the Shadow motorcycle set?
I think Roger has it on his desk.
Oh, is that the thing?
I think that's what it is.
I think Cool Greg got that for Roger.
Want me to go get it or bring up an image?
Bring up the image because I think Roger only has like the figure though, right? He doesn't have the full set.
No, he has the motorcycle.
Oh, does he?
I think so.
Yeah, can you bust that out? I'd love to see that actually.
Wait, so go get it?
Yeah, go get it. Let's show it off for the kids. Yeah, no, the Shadow the Hedgehog bust looks ugly. I don't like it.
Yeah, I have a problem with the busts because they either look very, very cool and like they're for adults, or it's just like I don't understand what adults would want that monstrosity. There's a couple out there that I think are rad, like some of the like stormtroopers or like scout trooper ones from Star Wars, like those look cool. But or like the Infinity Gauntlet. Like I got that shit's sick. But yeah, I don't know about this.
I feel like
Actually, I know about this.
If you're
I don't
making
like
a
it.
for adult thing, you should make it super premium, right? And like charge more. Oh, so it's this small thing. I don't know why I was expecting like a big old.
Yeah, it's just a Lego.
But I fuck with it though.
Yeah, I
think
know, it's
cool.
sick, right?
I guess I'm thinking more like Mega Blocks
Yeah.
or like something bigger. I don't know.
Yeah. No, this
Plus,
is what it should
we
be.
don't say that name around here, right?
You don't
talk
fuck
about
with Mega Bloks?
No,
No,
we don't fuck with
not
Mega
at
Bloks
all.
or Pepsi. Come on.
I don't know why I thought I was gonna do like the wind up thing where you
Yeah,
pull it backwards
nah.
and it fucking goes.
The ultimate life form in the palm of your hand.
But yeah, no. If you're gonna make a for adults thing, make it like a $200 set and make that shit nice.
But the for adults
Make it
thing is just
artful.
when it has the black box and it's just like
Yeah.
more of like a.
But
There's
what
a whole series. There's so much at this point. There's like hundreds of sets.
yeah, but what adult wants this?
I mean, I don't know, but I want to say Bless. I
Uh-huh.
want to say something that I don't mean to offend you.
Okay.
I'm so happy this is your take on this because I wasn't sure.
You thought I was gonna get
I
hyped
wasn't
about this
sure.
on it.
I wasn't
Here's
sure.
the thing. I'm just generally not a Lego person either. And so like the Mario thing, I'm not gonna buy. I'm gonna appreciate the Mario
Yeah,
thing because it
yeah.
looks really cool. But yeah, no, you make, and that's the other. I'm also very down to earth when it comes to Sonic and like the reality of Sonic things, right? If a Sonic thing sucks, I'll say that it sucks. I'm still gonna love it. If
I get
sucks,
it.
for the most
I
part.
get it.
You know, I'm gonna love sucky Sonic things. Do you want this back? Yeah. Oh, I like holding it though. I wasn't being careful. But yeah, no, I'm not fucking with this shadow bust. I don't know.
Man.
How big is it?
It's probably like that.
Like this big?
Yeah.
If I wanted something smaller,
Yeah.
say the tiniest news I need to know about, where would I go?
You go to the Wii News channel. That's not right. Yes, it is. Where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Story number 6. It's time for Wii News. I'm having like a gas leak day. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is. Like it's one of
Yeah.
those days where everything's just off for me.
Yeah.
I woke up at 6 a.m. though,
The,
so that might
the
be on
Wii
me.
News stuff, for some reason, when I said Wii News channel, I was like, that's literally what they called it on Wii. I was like, there's no way we called it that.
There's no way we took the exact
We did.
Wii thing. Let's start off with this one from game developer. World of Warcraft developers form a wall-to-wall union at Blizzard Entertainment. The new unit comprises over 500 developers, representing the entire World of Warcraft development team. Good for them. Congratulations.
Hell yeah. Keeps happening. It's great.
Next up from Noble, Concord is getting a limited DualSense controller. Kevin, if you can bring up the image here. Honestly, I think looks great. And I wish the PlayStation tried harder with more of its other games to make dope looking controllers. I don't know why they decided to start with Concord, but this looks fucking fantastic. Also, you got to make an Astrobot one.
Yeah, I was trying to find a tweet from Emmett Watkins Jr., but he tweeted something to the extent of like, if Concord gets a custom DualSense controller and Astrobot doesn't, I'm going to ruin someone's private property.
Yeah, honestly.
Which is very funny,
And
but-
I feel him there. Like, yeah, cool. This Concord controller looks cool. They should do this. You have to make an Astrobot controller.
I think we're going to get
But
one.
here's my question with the Astrobot controller is, what does it look like? Because
Hideous.
Astrobot already kind of, first of all, how dare you?
Gotcha, bitches!
Astrobot already kind of like has the aesthetic of a
Yeah.
DualSense controller. So you're going to make a DualSense that looks like a DualSense?
They'll figure it out.
I hope so, because yeah, I want an Astrobot thing. Moving on, this comes from gamesindustry.biz. Activision Blizzard has reportedly approved the use of generative AI tools, including Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, for producing concept art and marketing materials. This is according to a recent investigation by Wired. We'll see what happens with that. From Steven Totillo at GameFile, Steven tweeted out today, Hasbro is redefining itself from a toy company to a games, IP, and toys company, as it sees more revenue coming from physical and digital games. Announced today that it's generated $45 million in licensing revenue from Monopoly Go this year, expecting $60 million more through December. It's a lot of money
Oh, yeah.
for
man.
Monopoly Go.
Big money.
Hasbro, what's covered under Hasbro? Is I'm thinking Barbie's Mattel.
G.I. Joe.
And we've gotten plenty of Transformers video games. Do we get G.I. Joe video games?
I don't think any of, like, not a real one.
I'm trying to think of like what's a good Hasbro IP to gamify, video gamify. You know what I mean?
Monopoly.
More Monopoly.
Yeah,
Just
man, I
make
think
more
they got
Monopoly.
it. They got it
That's
figured
fair
out
enough.
here.
Thank you, Kevin, for bringing up the Hasbro website. Oh yeah, they are Hasbro's Magic the Gathering. I forgot about that.
No, is it?
I'm
No, I think
yeah.
this is just licensing stuff.
No, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Magic the Gathering
That's
specifically.
Wizards of the
the
Yeah.
Coast.
Yeah.
But aren't they under? I thought there was some
I think
Hasbro.
you're right. I think
Really?
they're owned by Hasbro. I think
Oh
you're
man, I
right.
missed that. That's wild. Wow, Hasbro.
Yeah, Hasbro owns Wizards.
Whoa, that's nuts.
Power Rangers. I mean, we get Power Rangers video games. Beyblade.
It's time.
It's time. Bring it back. Moving on. Armored Core 6 Fires Rubicon has sold 3 million copies. Monster Train is coming to PS5 today. If you're looking for a good card game roguelite, Monster Train's pretty dope. Iron Meat launches September 26th.
Ew.
Hunt Showdown 1896 launches August 15th on Xbox Series, PS5, and PC. And then today, Niantic unveiled an in-game collaboration with Mr. Beast in Monster Hunter Now. Starting on July 27th, players can play through a special Mr. Beast quest line to acquire an exclusive weapon and cosmetics inspired by the philanthropic digital creator.
I want to hunt the beast. Let him be the beast that we're hunting.
You just had to like, you know, like in Monster Hunter, you had to like cut off parts of the monster. You're just cutting off his. Wait, you just cut off his pinky. You know what I mean?
It's just the pink.
You don't go too far. You just cut off the pinky of Mr. Beast. And then a brand new update is available for Private Division and Moon Studios' No Rest for the Wicked, bringing major new content to the Crucible, which presents a challenge worthy of the most dedicated and battle-hardened Serum, as well as a host of performance fixes, quality of life improvements, content additions, and more. I'm struggling through it because these last two came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah.
I did not add these. Somebody else added them, and I'm like, damn, all right, cool. No rest for the wicked. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
All right, and that's it for Wii News. Before we get out of here, let's bring up some super chats for you. What's up?
We got some super chats that just come on, grow up, people.
Are people being rude?
Yeah, people are being
rude. Stop being rude.
Don't do that.
Iran Carson says, "Let's go Chelsea, the pride of London." Shout out Chelsea.
Ricky the Platypus says, Sea of Thieves Season 13 today. Give this game a chance. There's so much content now. Lots of talk about its PS5 sales, but not how the game is in 2024. Came back to it in November. Haven't been able to put it down. There we go. I wonder if Mikey's jumping into Sea of Thieves.
Give Sea of Thieves a chance. It's really great. Sandbox has a lot of cool tools in it to make it really fun.
There we go, everybody. And then Jonathan Ace, the third Esquire Jr., says, we did get a G.I. Joe game. It's called Call of Duty.
There you go. CJ Splitson says that Astrobot DS, DualSense would look like the flying glider. I don't want that, though. I don't want the fucking the wings of my DualSense sticking out.
DualSense bigger. Nah.
No.
I'm good.
Mr.
Hawks. You read that one?
Wait, where's Mr. Hawks?
Had to give money for Blessing wearing the most glorious kit. He's looking swole as fuck, too. Up the Chels. Motherfucker speaking different languages, Kevin.
Up the Chels. I didn't know they said that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they said that. I'm saying it now. Up the Chels. Let's fucking go. Somebody said something about my audio. But Spurb says, clip that audio from Blessing's Black Myth Wukong story for the next love and sex stuff. Did I make a weird audio, or is it just talking about the stuff? I mean, is it me reading the stuff that they mentioned on the blog?
I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
It's definitely you reading the horrible things that man said.
Yeah. I don't think I got to like the horror. There's more stuff in that article that would have gotten darker.
Go back and read it.
No.
People can read that if they want to.
We have to know what's wrong.
It's a family show. People have the ability. People have the. It's a family show.
Family show, Kevin.
Family show. People have the ability to Google. Just read the IGN article. Do we have anything else? I think we're good. People just complimenting my Chelsea shirt. I appreciate it.
Looking over at You're Wrong, where people can go during Games Daily and correct us when we get stuff wrong. Infinite Nerd just says Suicide Squad Season 2's today. Woohoo. Woohoo.
Didn't that game come out 2 seasons ago? How are we only in Season 2? Wait. That game came out in February.
Uh-huh.
It's the end of July.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be like 2.5 by now.
Yeah.
I guess they delayed it, didn't they?
They did delay it.
They did delay it.
Delayed it to today.
All right, cool. Suicide Squad Season 2, you jumping in?
Nah, I'm good.
No?
Nope.
We got 5 minutes left in the show, Tim.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I mean, what? The Gamescast is going to be us talking about what we've been playing.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you've been playing that you don't want to talk about on Gamescast?
There's a lot of things not a lot. There's a couple things I can't talk about. I'm also not on Gamescast.
Oh,
today.
you aren't?
Yeah, no. So, yeah, I've been talking about Neva already on Gamescast, and I played through the demo. I actually played a little bit more, again, just because I was like, I want to get back to this. Have you played it yet?
No.
I would highly recommend you play it, Bless.
Okay.
It's 45 minutes or so for the demo, and it is such a rad experience. Like, it is such a good ambiance, the visuals and music and stuff. It's like, I think it's very your shit. It's more my shit than your shit, but it is your shit too.
Okay.
You know, and Andy loves it as well. So
Hell yeah.
there's something there. But yeah, what have you been playing? Anything that you're not going to talk about on Gamescast?
I've been playing Diddy Kong Racing.
Good for you.
I'm playing a lot of Diddy Kong Racing, actually.
You know what, Bless?
What's up?
I need to give Diddy Kong Racing a chance.
You do.
Like a real chance. Because I played it before, but I've never actually played through the single player entirely. And like that was a Blockbuster rental for me. I never owned it. None of my friends had it. So I always was like, I love Mario Kart, obviously, but at the end of the day, I'm a Crash Team Racing guy. So I don't, if I'm being honest and true to my heart, I haven't given Diddy Kong Racing the chance that it deserves.
It's the tough thing where, of course, it's an N64 game. So going back to an N64 game, I don't think you'll ever grow the full appreciation for it. But even playing it today, I am blown away. I am like, yo, it's clear and above better than Mario Kart 64 at the very least. But also I think it still stands as my favorite kart racer. Obviously, I can't compare it to a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or like modern stuff, right? But I think for what it was doing during that era, the reason I've been going back and playing it is...
How are you playing it? Is it an alleged situation or...
I might be playing on Steam Deck.
Is it on... It's not on...
No, it's not on Switch Online. Cool. But, you know, when I scroll through TikTok, I get a lot of just like, you know, classic game streamers, or where they're playing a lot of N64 stuff, because obviously the algorithm magic, it knows me, all this shit. So I'll see people playing Diddy Kong Racing, and do you know what I found out? Even though I played a bunch of Diddy Kong Racing growing up, there's a set of tracks that are like these unlockable secret tracks that I never knew about.
Whoa!
I saw somebody driving on a track, and I'm like, I've never seen this racetrack. It was like a space themed track, and I was like, this isn't in the game.
That's awesome.
And so I looked it up. I was like, oh, this must be a modded version of Diddy Kong Racing. And no, turns out you just unlock it through the adventure mode by doing a bunch of shit that I hadn't done. It's like you had to get like a gold trophy in all the GPs, and then like I think you had to beat Wizpig, which I never did, because like that game is also very tough. So like, yeah, I was like, oh snap, all right, I want to check out these tracks, but also like I want to do it the right way. I don't want to just like, you know,
fucking dude. I love this for you.
Honestly, I saw the one track and I was like, you know what? I'm not even looking at the other three. I want to get there naturally.
Earn it, dude.
I want to earn it. I want to get there naturally. Unlock it's like the lighthouse levels for people who are following along. I want to get there naturally. So, Tim, when I tell you that I have gotten further in Diddy Kong Racing now than I did as a kid, just by playing it.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
I think this is freaking awesome.
Playing it over the course of the last 2 weeks. My last thing that I have left to do is beat Wizpig. Wizpig is the big Wizpig is the big final boss of Diddy Kong Racing. He's fucking tough. And I was struggling on the plane. Barrett's here. Barrett knows what I'm talking about.
Well, no, this is like learning that you had never beat TK64 before. Like, I would have assumed that this was like, you had gone into every crevice of Diddy Kong Racing the way that you talk about it. So hearing that, like, there are levels that you had not seen is like fucking wild to me. I just wanted to shout that out.
Diddy Kong Racing it gets to a really tough point. Like, I don't know how much you know about the adventure mode, but it starts off, you know, you're going through the different hubs and you're just playing through each of the courses once to get first place. And once you get first place, you get the balloon, and that's your collectible. But after you do all that and you face like the boss of each of the hubs, you then have to get do the same thing, but there are coins in each level they have to collect while also getting first place. Yeah. Once they do that, it gets really tough toward like some of those final levels. And that's what fucked me up as a kid, is I could never get past those levels as a kid. On the plane, on the way to New York, when I tell you I popped off because I finally beat a level that I have been struggling with for 20 years, for like 25 years of my life, honestly. So I did that, yeah. Now I'm racing Wizpig for the first time in my life.
If you say Wizpig one more time, I swear to God.
Oh man, yo, fuck Wizpig, man. This guy, he's like, he runs too. He's not even in a cart. Oh, he just runs real fast.
Dang, dude.
God, fuck that guy.
That's awesome. That's really, really good.
But yeah, you should play Diddy Kong
Maybe that's
Racing.
what I'll play on my flight to Mexico. Sorry, Andy.
Play Diddy Kong Racing instead of what did Andy want you to play?
Elden Ring.
Oh, of course.
and then Nine Souls. But there's Diddy Kong Racing, Barrett.
Kong Racing, you'd like it. I think you'd enjoy it.
I'd love it. Yeah.
Tim, that brings us to the end.
It does.
Of Kind of Funny Games Daily. Of course, each and every weekday we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. Enjoy the GAMESCAST after this and the stream after that. But until next time, Game Daily.